Watch the world's #1 snooker player step up to the table, and you'd never guess he's battling an invisible enemy, one that's cost him every major title for nearly a year, and one he finally couldn't hide anymore. If you're enjoying this deep dive into snooker's biggest stories, don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Judd Trump walked into the Mattioli Arena in Leicester for the 2025 Champion of Champions with something to prove. As the world #1, he's been an ever-present force at this prestigious tournament, competing in all 13 editions since its revival. Only Mark Selby can match that perfect attendance record. But being there and actually winning, those are two very different things, and Trump was about to find out just how different. The opening day seemed straightforward enough. Trump faced Bai Yulu, the reigning world women's champion, in his first match. After dropping the opening frame and showing what observers called a very sluggish start, he found his rhythm with breaks of 50, 84 and 71 to secure a 4-1 victory. The fifth frame nearly slipped away when Bai almost stole it with penalty points, missing only the final black for a clearance. Trump potted it to close things out, but something felt off. Before Trump's group final, the afternoon had already delivered drama. Lei Pifan, the Scottish Open champion making his tournament debut, pulled off a stunning 4-1 upset over Shaun Murphy. What should have been a routine match turned into a statement, with Lei posting breaks of 72 and 61 while Murphy looked completely out of sorts. In his post-match interview on ITV4, Murphy didn't hold back. He launched what can only be described as a scathing attack on Matchroom Sport, the tournament organisers. His complaint? The scheduling was, in his words, nothing short of despicable. Murphy had just completed a grueling journey back from the International Championship in China, which had finished the previous Thursday. He claimed he'd been given just 48 hours notice about playing on the tournament's opening day, midway through a 36-hour trip from China. Murphy argued that players who hadn't travelled to China should have been scheduled first. Matchroom responded diplomatically, stating the draw was based on seedings and that they take scheduling very seriously, always striving to improve. When Trump faced Lei in the group final, he delivered a solid 6-2 victory with breaks of 60, 60 and 71. Lei managed to produce the tournament's first century, a 101 in frame 2, but Trump controlled the match. Afterwards, he said what you'd expect, feeling good, finding rhythm early, hoping to carry the form forward. Standard stuff from a champion. But behind the professional veneer, something was brewing. Later, in the ITV4 studio, Trump sat down for what would become a revealing conversation. This is where the cracks started showing. Stephen Hendry, the 7-time world champion, was there and asked Trump a simple question. Why hasn't he won a title in over 11 months? Trump's last silverware came at the UK Championship in early December of the previous year. For someone who's been one of snooker's most prolific winners, a 30-time ranking event champion, this drought is unprecedented. Trump's answer came in layers. First, he admitted something that caught everyone's attention. "I'm struggling a little bit with my cue, with the tip," he said. He's been using a new cue for only 2 months, and while he's hitting the ball where he wants, the shots just aren't converting. "I think the tip's very flat," he explained. Then came the ultimatum that sent shockwaves through the snooker world. "If I don't win something with it this week or next week, I think I'll probably change it. And going back to his old cue, not an option. I can't go back to the old one. I put it away for a reason." But the cue wasn't the only issue. Trump revealed his brother hasn't been able to travel to Dubai because of visa problems for the last 2 months. This might not sound like much, but for a professional athlete, practice partners are everything. Trump admitted his practice is at the lowest level in about 6 years. "It's very hard to practice with the same intensity," he said, and you could hear the frustration in his voice. Then Trump dropped what might be his most controversial observation. He believes the pockets on tournament tables are too big right now. "I find it hard that the better player doesn't always win on the big pockets," he stated bluntly. He referenced the Northern Ireland Open, where he felt the pockets were tight and players were genuinely missing shots. "But with bigger pockets, now you're getting people that miss, and it still goes in, so it's quite frustrating," He compared it to a 9-ball pool, saying with pockets this size, you're just not going to miss. I think that's why you've seen so many different winners, because if someone's playing half decent, it's like 9-ball, you're not going to miss. The tournament continued through its group stages with high drama. In Group 3, Zhao Xintong, the reigning world champion, produced one of the tournament's most dramatic moments. Facing Kyron Wilson in the group final, Zhao fought back from 3-5 down to tie at 5-5 with centuries of 136 and 64. The decider came down to the final black ball. Wilson missed a pot to the corner pocket, and the black travelled twice across the table before stopping in the jaws of the same pocket. Zhao potted it to win. I was a bit lucky in the last 2 frames, especially with the final black, but sometimes you need that, Zhao admitted afterward. Mark Selby, playing with home advantage in Leicester, navigated through his group with increasing confidence. In the group final against defending champion Mark Williams, Selby found himself down 3-1, then 5-4, before winning the decider 6-5. It was a mad match, really, Selby said afterward, but something had clicked for him. Whatever happens today, I feel like I've found something, he told a friend during the match. Trump reached the semi-finals and faced Zhao on November 14th. After falling behind 0-2, Trump reeled off 6 consecutive frames, making breaks of 68, 73, 77 and 66 for a 6-2 victory. But in his post-match interview, Trump revealed another technical detail. He'd changed his ferrule from brass to titanium. I don't feel comfortable or fluent, he admitted. I really have to take care of every shot. Selby dispatched Neil Robertson 6-2 in the other semi-final, setting up a final between the world number 1 and the home favourite on November 16th. The final started promisingly for Trump. He took the first frame with a century of 111, but Selby responded with 102. Trump pushed ahead 3-1 with breaks of 73 and 114, but then Selby unleashed 4 consecutive frames with breaks including 70, 99, 65 and 64 to lead 5-3. Trump clawed one back to make it 5-4 at the session break. When they resumed, Trump leveled at 5-5 after a grueling 25-minute safety battle, but that was Trump's last hurrah. Selby took a scrappy 11th frame, then won the 12th after another safety exchange. What happened next was pure dominance. Selby reeled off 3 consecutive centuries, 138, 101 and 132, to complete a stunning 10-5 victory. His pot success rate in the final was 95%, and he went a perfect 35 for 35 with the rest throughout the entire week. In the arena afterward, Trump was asked if there were positives to take from the week. His answer was stark. Not really, no, there are no positives. He congratulated Selby, acknowledging he was the best player all week and thoroughly deserved to win. Then came the admission that confirmed what many had suspected. I couldn't win, to be honest. There's no way I could win with that cue. I'm not going to make excuses. I chose to use that cue and gave it my absolute all. I just can't get used to it. Tonight, I really struggled on the table and didn't know where to aim at all. It was Trump's 5th final loss out of 6 at the Champion of Champions. His 2nd runner-up finish in 2 months. His title drought extended past 11 months. The secret struggle wasn't secret anymore. Trump had finally admitted what everyone watching could see. The world's best player couldn't trust his own equipment, and it was costing him everything.